Now you want to do it?
Yeah. My bad.
Oh no. Let's do it.
Hey man, the drink looked good. I apologize. I jumped the gun.
You did?
I did. I totally did. So yeah, you want to go ahead and do the intro?
I guess. I don't know, man.
Are you
Since
not
we're doing
feeling
this,
it now?
we're doing this all out of order.
Ah man, wrong day. And my dumb ass takes a sip before. Wow.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
I'll let it slide.
Yeah.
You know what? You do the intro.
I don't fucking know the intro.
There you go.
Man, I don't want to read all that. That's
Go
too
ahead.
much. It's too much responsibility. Welcome everyone to another episode of the podcast where we pull back the curtain and give you some insight on what goes on behind the scenes of your favorite bar and restaurant. We like to call it the industry perspective.
Wow, look at his professional voice.
I know, right? It comes out every once in a while.
All right, not bad.
Yeah, thank you. I can read.
9 out of 10.
I don't want to do it again though.
Okay.
That is you from here on out. I take my time and read it like it's my first time reading something ever.
It was very robotic.
Yeah.
That's all right. We'll work
Press 5 now.
Then you'll get the speed eventually, and then you'll be able to.
Cool.
Like
I don't want it. That's not a power I want.
Well,
all right, everybody. Well, welcome to another episode of the Industry Perspective. I am one of the hosts with the other host.
That's me.
I'm just filling time now. I wasn't sure if you were paying attention.
No, I'm listening.
Oh, I saw the tippity taps. I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, I texted my boss.
Oh, okay, cool. But I'm right here. Hey, easy one. You softballed that one up for me.
I did.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks. Well, again, welcome everybody. And shout out to everybody that's been giving us so much feedback on the podcast so far. We're really digging just the support we're getting from everybody. That's awesome. We got big plans for the pod and where we want to take it. So thank you for joining us on the beginning of this journey, and let's see where it goes from here. It's just us two again.
Yeah, no Wilson, but shout out to Wilson for joining us, even though he didn't have to, nor did he have a choice because he was here anyway.
I mean, squatters' rights.
Yeah, squatters' rights.
Squatters' rights. You got to be on the pod if you squatting.
Yeah, he got up and said, all right, I'm done with this shit. So shout out to Wilson for hanging out. And being part of it.
Gone but not forgotten.
No.
Yeah.
Who was he?
Huh?
Who was he?
Who? I don't even know. Yeah, that one guy?
Yeah.
He kind of looked like you.
Boy, if I had $1.
Man, if you had $1, I'd ask you for 50 cents.
I'd give you 55.
There you go. Appreciate it. Yeah, for once we go to video, we got to have him back on so that everyone can see just how confusing it is when both of you are in a room. Because there were several times I'd walk out of my room or go to your room and think I was talking to you and it'd be him. And then there'd be a time I thought I was talking to him, it'd be you. And I'm like, all right, one of y'all got to go. This is too much.
And then you get us both in a room together and
it just doesn't stop.
Can't shut us up.
Doesn't stop.
Yeah.
The fucking, the jazzy moment that you guys had, that was pure fucking gold.
That would have been nice to have on video.
Yeah, it would have been. But it's here. It's up here.
There it is.
We'll never forget.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. So how was your week? How was your bar week?
It was good. It was a pretty solid weekend. As you know, my work week starts on Wednesday, so Wednesday, Thursday was a little slow. My first job, and then going into the weekend, it was like a lot of private events and like day parties and stuff. So that was really cool. I really, really enjoyed it. It was packed for the most part. A lot of the people were cool. Great music. And then we had another event last night, which was pretty cool. It was a bunch of college professors and director heads or department heads. And you just saw all these, and I say old, like mentally old, not by age, but you could just tell that they don't go out.
Yeah.
They go out once a year for this conference that they were having here in town.
It was a very missionary crowd, huh?
Yeah, very vanilla.
Yeah.
Very vanilla. Not that there's anything wrong with vanilla.
Yeah.
They had a good time.
Yeah.
The DJ was playing all the 90s old school jams, R&B jams. Like they threw on Pony, you saw people grinding on each other. They threw on Juvenile, and once that song hits, everybody just you just saw these older crowd of people just throwing it back, twerking, getting down on the ground, everything like that. They were so drunk that you knew they were going to go into that conference tomorrow. Like, that didn't happen. And the party definitely didn't end there. They had an after party for sure because they all were staying in hotels. So
yeah,
you know the party did not end there.
Yeah,
so it was really cool.
I would have liked to have bartended wherever the after party was.
Yeah, they were all nice too. So they were all just having a good time, letting loose. It's just really satisfying to see people that are really tightly wound up to finally just kind of blow some steam and have fun.
Well, it's always nice to see people have a good time, except for if their good time is giving someone a bad time. Outside of that,
that's true.
It's always nice to see people enjoy themselves. Yeah, that's one of the reasons we do what we do.
But yeah, it was pretty good overall.
Nice.
Always had people asking because the second bar we only do beer and wine. So no hard liquor, nothing like that. So we constantly have people asking us like, oh, can I get a tequila sunrise or something like that? It's like beer and wine only.
Yeah.
Damn. All right. Oh, well, can I do like a beer and wine only?
Yeah. Can I get a Manhattan?
Well, can you guys do like a vodka soda, beer and wine only?
Yeah. But that also underscores that a lot of people don't know
what beer and wine is.
Not what beer and wine is, but also just like what spirits are in general. Like when someone comes up and orders, can I get a tequila? And it's like, yeah, what kind you like? Oh, Tito's. It's like, so you don't know what different things are, do you? You just know, names.
Yeah.
You want to be led through. So maybe some people just don't understand that a beer and wine package is just beer and wine.
Yeah.
It's like, no, if I ask enough questions enough times, you're gonna give me one of these, right? It's like, no, I don't have
throw enough names and stuff out there, you'll get it right.
Yeah. How is it as far as do you guys have those what do you call them, like the malt beverages, like the cut waters and stuff like that?
We don't, but we should have cut waters, and I want to bring that up to the owner.
Yeah.
Because cut water is really good.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of beers, a lot of craft beers, a lot of local stuff. Wine cocktails and stuff like that. We have strawberry margaritas and regular margaritas, but they're kind of pre-made already.
Right.
So that's how we get them, because like I said, we don't have any liquor. So
right. That's where a cut water or one of those types of brands would come in really handy.
But I don't know if that falls in with requiring a liquor license to serve.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you're already providing pre-batch margaritas,
true.
Then something like a cut water is already pre-mixed.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that should be able to fall within the same.
That's a good idea. I'm gonna bring it up to him. I literally thought about it last night because I thought I heard somebody say cut water. At the bar, and I'm like, it's a good fucking idea.
Yeah, a lot more places should be doing it. They really should, especially if you're on the smaller end where you can't afford a liquor license yet, or it just doesn't fit your demo. Just get one of those ones where it's like a pre-made marg or pre-made Moscow Mule, and you're good. It's like, hey, we only got beer and wine, or if you want something a little bit outside of that, this is what you could do. Because when I lived up in Seattle, there was a place that was like that. They only had a beer and wine license, but they were able to do and it was all local stuff, all local. Which the Pacific Northwest has some amazing craft breweries. But every once in a while you'd see something on the list that was like some kind of Moscow Mule or some kind of variation on a mule, variation on a spirited cocktail. And they were able to get around the liquor laws with that. And a lot of times they would sell a lot of those because for the people who don't want beer and wine, you want to be able to provide them with something.
Yeah, and those cut waters are delicious.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to cut water.
Yeah.
Speaking of craft, people don't know how to want it. That's the wrong way to preface this, but
you're already out there now.
So I had this thought that popped into my mind about craft versus two pour cocktails, like vodka soda, vodka tonic. Well, I had the question prepared, but I didn't write it down because I lost the idea. But what was the question? Jesus Christ.
You're already gone?
I don't remember. I just know that I wrote this down.
Yeah, and you didn't tell me what it was, so I cannot help you.
Yeah, all I know is I wrote down craft versus 2-4 cocktails. Shit.
Okay.
I don't know. I was talking to Wilson about it, and I completely forgot.
Hey, if it comes back to you, then we'll go back to that.
Yeah, that was a bad
segue. Yeah, yo, you went all in on that segue, and I was here. You know what I mean? I was here for it. I was like, where's he going with this? Because a lot of times you won't tell me shit. You're like, nah, I'm going to save it for the pod, which I totally agree with. But on this one, I'm like, all right, we're going to get there. And
shit. God damn it.
Yeah.
That's what you get for trying to just...
Well, speaking of cocktails in general, like one of the things I know I added to our list, and I'm going to delete it now because I'm about to go off. Know what the fuck you want before you get up there to order.
Yeah.
Now, don't get it twisted. I am not saying that you should know everything that's on the menu as you walk up. I'm not saying that. But if you have the time to look at a menu, one, or if you know what you already like, or something you had before, or something you've had that day, have that in the back of your mind. Have a plan. Please have a plan before you get up to order. Because if you stand in line, excuse me, but if you're standing in line and then you finally get up to the bartender and you're like, hey, so what you got? Yeah, I got things and stuff, man. Which one you want? The things or the stuff? Like, what the fuck you mean? What do I have? I have things back here. What do you want me to make you? Mm-hmm. Oh, well, what do you got? Well, I got all of these bottles you see directly in front of you or directly behind me, depending on the situation. Or I have the stuff that's on this fucking menu. My other favorite is when people come up and they look at the menu like, is that all you got? Yeah, we only brought those 3 things. You can go fuck yourself. You take what we got or take nothing. Like, we're that arrogant. We want your money. We only gave you 3 options. Pick one and get the fuck out. You know what I mean? It's not like food where we only brought like 3 dishes. Right. Yeah, we brought some extra stuff. So I worked an event this weekend outside of my job. So it was a catered style event. But, it was DJs and singers and music and stuff like that. Great fucking environment. I love it. What I do not like is when people come up and they're just like, I don't know what I want. Well, how the fuck am I supposed to help you? Or
what do I do with that?
People not realizing that that's happening 100 times every like 2 hours. Mm-hmm. Like you get the people out there that are like, well, it's your job. It's like all of that. Yeah, that is my job. I signed up for it. But you as the guest, don't force me to create your experience. I'm supposed to help your experience, not create it for you. Mm-hmm. By the time you get to me, you know who you are. I don't know who you are. What if I drink whiskey and you hate whiskey? And you're like, well, just make me something. And I make you some with whiskey. And you're like, well, I don't like whiskey. So I just wasted my fucking time and that product. But people don't realize that before they get up to you. So just know what the fuck you want, please. Like
look at the menu.
Yeah.
You're adults. Act like you've been in a bar before.
Yeah, something. And if you haven't been in a bar, or if you're just intimidated, then fucking say that. Yeah. Just look some shit up. Or look at what we have. Or just say, hey man, I don't normally drink. I don't know what's good. And I'll help you with that. Like, I got you back.
That does so much more as opposed to, well, what do you have?
Yeah. And then when you list the stuff that you have, they're like, well, I don't like any of that. Okay.
So what do you like? I don't know. Whatever you got.
Yes, have a plan. Have a plan. That's why I love the old heads that come up and they're like, y'all got cognac? Y'all got tequila? Like, they're going to ask me exactly, do I have the exact thing they want? If I say no, the next question is, well, what you got like it? My job is to know, well, what do I have like it? What can I do? Like, help me help you. I got you there. But don't just walk up and be like, I don't know what I want. I don't know what you have. I don't even know where I am right now. How about you figure that out for me?
While you're at it, tell me what my name is again.
Yeah.
I ran into a couple of those this weekend too, where like they're up and they're like, all right, and they're looking at the menu and I'm like, can I help you guys? Like, oh yeah, can I yeah, hold on just a second.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Why are you here? Seriously.
I hate that shit.
Yeah.
The person behind them is literally looking at them like, yo, pick something. And I look at them, they're like, give each other that look, what do you want? And then the people that were deciding kind of feel like, well, why did he just cut us? Because you don't know what the fuck you want. Mm-hmm. There's 3 other people behind you, next to you, to the left of you, all staring at me, looking at me, waiting to be picked on for me to serve them.
Yeah.
So yeah, get the fuck out of the way. That happened a lot.
Yeah.
Yesterday too, people were just staring at you because they definitely didn't go out a lot.
Right.
So they're just there wanting you to cater to them and tailor their own personal experience without realizing that everybody around them wants that too.
Yeah.
So I'm just like looking at you like,
yeah.
Like, yes, I see you.
Yeah.
Do you see me doing something?
Yes.
And then I'm over here like polishing the glassware and everything like that. And I look at them. They're like,
yeah.
I'm like, just 1 second. Like, you see me carrying these, like, this handful of cups and everything like that to wash. What do you want me to, just drop it all? Like, yeah, how can I help you, sir? You got it, bud.
Yeah.
Let me just do that thing for you, and then let me get the rest of these cups off the floor. Oh, you need something? Okay, I got you. Yeah. I'll leave these here, and I'll get to them when I get to them.
I mean, that touches on what we talked about, I think, in the last pod, was people want to be treated irregular.
Yeah.
You know, in a regular setting. It's like, hey, there are 50 of you here. But
that
you
all
want
me
to,
experience.
yeah, but you want me to act like you're the only one that matters. Well, the other 49 people want the same thing. So just trust in me that I will do the best of my ability to take care of you and them with the same level of service. I mean, that's where tipping even comes from.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times, you know, you get people that complain about tipping, like, well, why should I tip you? It's like, well, if I'm giving you that service, that's the money that's what's coming out of the business end, you know?
I remember.
What's up?
Okay. Before I started, a lot of the people were authors too. So part of me hopes that they write about me in their book for not giving them that excellent service and just immortalize me in those pages. But anyways, so craft and two-touch cocktails. So me and Wilson were discussing this as how, like, I don't know if we talked. No, it was just me that talked about it. As bartenders, service industry workers, it's hard to go out with friends that aren't in the service industry, and not hard, but it's just you can't really have what you want or enjoy what you want, because if you go somewhere and they're like, oh, Jameson and Coke, vodka tonic, tequila and Sprite, and you're like, oh man, I want a Gold Rush or a sour, or something like that. But if I order that, they're gonna look at you like pretentious, bougie ass motherfucker. Like, what do you just order something simple? It's like, let me get a Jameson ginger ale, I guess. Which I don't mind. But if I know the bar has the capabilities to make what I like to enjoy, and the time, I would like to. Yeah. I don't want to. So, I guess that's where the that topic came up. Was when you go out with friends that don't bartend or work service industry, you can't really enjoy the craft cocktails that you like. Right. Because they're going to default to like, well, let me just do that and that's it. And they look at you like, oh, you're bougie. And it's like, it's not that.
And it's not always that they think of you as being bougie. No. In my opinion, I think part of it is also you are a part of a world they don't understand. Yeah. So being in the industry, you're gonna be exposed to like flavors and concepts that someone who's not in the service industry, who doesn't work in a bar or a restaurant, they never get to see. In all the years that I've fucking done it, it's just the last like 3 years that I've really gotten into craft cocktails. Yeah. And it happened because I started going to places or working in places. Actually, I started going to places first that had more craft cocktails. And I started seeing just how like varied flavors could be. It's just being exposed to all these different things that I never saw before. So for a person who doesn't understand it,
the shit you can put into a drink, sorry to work you off, but it's insane the kind of shit, ingredients like herbs and different like tinctures or whatever that you can do to create something, and it creates this astronomical flavor. It's just like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't know you could put fucking walnuts and ground them up and then turn it into some kind of tincture or whatever, and then boom, that adds a different flavor.
Yeah.
You know, some shit like that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't cut you off.
Oh no, you were actually right there. I mean, that's part of it. Is if you're not exposed to that, then you don't know. So it's more of a, well, I wouldn't say more than, I say it's 50-50 between thinking you're pretentious, you know, like, oh, you think you're better than me. You know, shout out to Tony Baker. You think you're better than me out here. Or it's someone who is just intimidated by their lack of knowledge of something, which is, you know, not going to get political at all. Trust me on this. But what I'm saying, my feeling is that a lot of what's going on with people these days is people are upset, confused, and angry about things they don't understand. It's like, if you make someone feel dumb nowadays because of Google, because of the access to the internet, to be called dumb is so much more insulting than anything else now. So when you make someone feel dumb, they react a certain way, they lash out or something like that. So when it comes to cocktails, someone can sit in front of you and order a cocktail and say, hey, just make me something. I trust you, which is something I ask people to do all the time. I mean, you've seen me do it. Like, hey, what do you like? What kind of things do you usually go for? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm scrolling through my, you know, my mental Rolodex of different flavors that I can put together for that person. But to be able to put things together that people never heard of or never heard put into a cocktail, and to do it a certain way, and then put that in front of someone and they take that first sip of it and they try it and they're like, oh my God, this is amazing. It doesn't make them feel dumb. It actually just opens up their world. But a lot of people aren't prepared for that.
No.
And if they go out with you being in the industry and them not, well, I just know how to get, a whiskey coat. I just know how to get a Moscow Mule because it's the only cocktail I've heard of. And it's like, that's still a 2-touch drink. You know what I mean? Like, no, I want you to try this. I want you to try that over there. So I think it also falls on us to...
Don't get me wrong. I don't mind the Jameson ginger ale or... Like, I enjoy
at a
that
barbecue.
Yeah. Where you can't make crazy shit. Yeah, that... Don't get me wrong. But I also feel that some of these friends, whoever, they look at it as like, well, it's only that much. Like, there's only that much. It's only about 3.5 ounces worth of stuff. They just want to see you take that Tito's bottle and pour it down and then throw the soda in there until it fills it to the top. That's all they want to see. Which, this is, again, I'm not throwing shade to anybody, any friends, conversations what I had. This is just the thought that you guys inspired. So, again, I enjoy those too. So don't get me wrong. But when you're exposed to this different world of flavors with craft cocktails, it kind of gets it elevates your taste buds and makes you be like, you know what? That was like what I used to like, but this right here, this is the shit. This is the shit. I didn't know you could put this with this to make it taste like that. Love it.
So what you're saying to everybody is, step your game up, motherfuckers.
Elevate your flavors.
Elevate your flavors.
Elevate your flavors.
Oh man, your profile's too low, bro.
Let your taste buds grow up.
Yeah.
Stop being a child. Stop being a child.
Yo, I mean, honestly, when you can put something in front of, like, that's why you see all these people. Okay, wait, I wasn't gonna go here, but this is something that's been on my mind for a while, and I'm glad it popped up right now.
Seatbelts on. Let's go.
What the fuck is going on with all of these places with these gimmicky ass drinks? I am so over gimmick drinks, bro. So, case in point, like, you notice here in LA, everyone's smoking cocktails now. Everyone's just like adding vapors and smoke and this and that, and just making it a show. Like, let's put all this smoke underneath this cylinder with the cocktail. You know what? It does add flavor. It does add depth. I love it. It's great if you do it right. But there are places that are doing it just for the sake of being on Instagram, just to do it. You ain't added no flavor to anything.
Shock value.
It's like, oh, this restaurant over here is fucking doing it, so let me do it. No, come up with something good and then put that shit out there. Don't just smoke a cocktail just because you want smoke. You don't want the smoke, homie. You don't want the fucking smoke. Or you got the people that are lighting drinks on fire. And I remember that video I sent you a couple weeks ago when they fucking sprayed that fucking oil over that girl and like set her ass on fire and then set her homie on fire. It's like, what was the point of that?
Now look,
you just
burnt
this shit. Yeah, I mean, like what was the point of that? Make your cocktail the right way. You know, that's why I'll never talk shit about anyone who does flair tending. If you do it right, that's great. But if you can do a whole bunch of flair, spinning bottles, throwing bottles all over the room and shit, passing it to a friend, running a relay race and coming back, and the shit tastes like water or it tastes sour, nah, I'm good on that. I'm good. I don't want that cocktail, and I don't want that flair. Give me the flair and give me a good cocktail.
Yeah.
That's why I always have the respect for people. Like, they'll give you a show and give you an amazing cocktail. I can't do that. I respect the fuck out of that. Mm-hmm. But I hate these people who just want their name out there because they do something showy and their drinks fucking suck.
Let me just
some of y'all are straight
burn
trash,
some rosemary here inside of a glass.
Gosh, man.
Oh, look at that! Look at the smoke.
Yeah.
The way it ignited.
Yeah.
Let me just throw a bunch of luster dust in there to make it. Although I've been wanting to get some luster dust for it does add like a nice little sprinkle to it.
Oh, I thought you were just making that shit up. I was getting ready to make a joke about some luster dust.
I mean, sometimes it looks kind of cool. It's like, oh, that's cool. But yeah, they'll just pour in the luster dust to be like, oh, look at this. It looks like a fucking potion now.
I'm not going to say anything.
Say it.
Nah, man, I'm
say
good.
It.
I'm good.
Say it.
I'm good. I can't wait until we go to video and then everybody can see you just spraying your luster dust all over the internet. Everybody's like, oh, man. Paulo got a lot of luster dust every episode.
You know, the first...
We're going to call your fans the luster dusters. That's what we're going to call them.
God.
Yeah. For anybody that's the Paulo fan on the pod, y'all are now luster dusters, yo. No. Straight up. I love that. Jesus luster dusters. Yeah.
The first gimmicky cocktail that I ever saw was at the Sugar Factory. You know, when they do the, dry ice?
I don't know. I've never been.
Whatever.
Yeah, no.
I haven't been either. I just always seen people post about it.
Oh, okay.
This was back in like, 7 years ago. That was what, 2015, something like that, 2014. Yeah. So that's when like I first saw it pop up on the scene for me. This was back over in Chicago, Rosemont actually.
Okay.
The Sugar Factory in Rosemont. People would go there for their birthdays all the time, and it was always packed. But like the name says, Sugar Factory. Like they put all these fucking candies and shit in there, and then they throw some dry ice, and then they unveil it, and people are like, ooh, you see like all 7 phones just go in, you know, with the bright ass lights. And that's the first thing that I ever saw that was gimmicky. And I'm like, what does it taste like? It's probably gonna give you a bad hangover. There's a lot of candy in there.
All that sugar?
Yeah.
Whew.
It was just a lot of...
You ever got diabetes and liver failure in the same drink?
And the hangover the next day.
Wow. Your whole life is over. Yeah, I don't want any of that.
Yeah, I mean...
I do like how the industry is shifting away from sweeter cocktails now.
Though. Yeah. More bitter things with flavor. I don't want to say bitter because bitter comes with a negative connotation for some reason, but... different flavors.
I mean, we're seeing more. I mean, we are seeing bitter. We're seeing sour. We're seeing balanced cocktails. We're seeing more refreshing cocktails. It's not just give me the alcohol and give me enough sugar to where I can't taste it. Like, yeah, there are people who still like that, but that's not the most prevailing thing. You know, when I was bartending in nightclubs like 5-6 years ago, maybe, the drinks were nothing but sugar. The sour mix. The amount of sour mix we would go through in a shift was insane. Insane. So it's just nice to see that the industry has shifted away from that. Or at least from what I can tell. I ain't been in a night... Well, other than Vegas, I haven't been in a nightclub in years. And I have no desire to go to one. But even when we were in Vegas, the people I saw drinking, they were still drinking mostly two-touch cocktails. But it wasn't sour mix, you know. Even when people order something sour from me now, I'm seeing less and less of it being, oh, I want sour mix, and more, I want egg whites. Yeah. You know, shout out to egg whites.
Egg whites.
Versatile as fuck.
Yeah.
Good for your heart.
Whiskey sour.
Yeah. Good for your whiskey.
You know my shit's whiskey sour.
Yeah, I know, bro. I fucking know. But I do want to say this before we go completely away from this, because it was part of something we talked about before. About being rude or considerate of other people when you're ordering, or and or when your order is done. So
yep,
when you've already paid and you've already moved on, don't come back and be like, hey, can I get a... Nah, your transaction's already done, homie. Like, you need to move on. You're supposed to get everything you needed
back of the line
in that transaction. Now these people who have been patiently waiting behind you, they're ready. They're ready to go. Don't put all that weight on me to be rude to them because you're being rude to them. Don't make it seem like I owe you something because of that transaction that just transpired. That transaction's closed. It's over now. Now I got to give them the same service I gave you. I can't give them that with you in the fucking way.
No.
They didn't interrupt you. Don't interrupt them. And if you missed it, like, oh, I forgot to get that last drink. Well, then the person who just walked up after you had already paid, they need to get their happy ass in line. Not just try to benefit off the fact that you waited in line. Like, oh, I'm here now. Let me get a drink. It's like, nah. You wait in line like everybody else. You should have got here before the transaction was done. And don't just come up to the side of people who have been standing in line waiting their turn patiently, being like, oh, I got a question, or hey, can I just get this? Or can I just get like a chaser or some ice or this or that? Just because you think it's something that I could do quickly, you're still taking me out of the interaction with the people who are right
messing up the flow.
Exactly. So just don't be rude, you know?
Saw a lot of that over the weekend too. People hanging on the sides like, oh, I just got a quick question. Oh, is the owner around? I'm like, no. Oh, can I just get a bottle to take a pic? No, you gotta ask the bartender. No, don't ask me. I'm not gonna. No, I don't care. I don't care if it's a quick thing. I don't care if you're gonna be mad at me. It doesn't bother me whatsoever. And I said this before. Stop hanging out at the side of the bar. Stop hanging out by the service station where we have to enter and exit. Stop. Yeah. That's not going to get you quicker service. You're just in the way.
People think that because it's emptier. That
No, I'm going to tell you, get in line.
Yeah.
I'm not going to service you. I don't care. I don't care who you are. I don't care. No. Unless you want to tip each of me and the other bartenders $500 each to service you right now. All right, cool. No, but stay away from the service well.
Yeah.
From the service entrance. Stop. That shit is hella irritating.
Just stay away from me.
Yeah. Get in front of me.
Stay away.
Whatever. Whatever you want, I'll get it for you.
Yeah.
Do not come to the side. That is a surefire way to get on a bartender's bad side.
Think of your bartender. Well, I'm probably going to regret saying this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Think of your bartender like a horse.
No, because I got to hear this.
Think of him like a horse. We got blinders on. If you're not right in front of us, you don't fucking exist.
You get kicked.
Kick the fuck out. Like that. If you're not directly in front of me, you don't exist to me. I got blinders on. That's that mat, that drink mat, or mats, whatever. Those are my blinders. So within those running lines, that's where my attention is. If you are no longer in that area, you don't have my attention. You need to move the fuck on. This person now has my attention. You know, so not in a derogatory way, just think of your bartender as a horse running a race. They're only going to run directly ahead of them. Yeah. I know I'm going to get some shit for that, and it is what it is. Yeah. You know, but like that's how I feel about it. Like if you're not in front of my mat, then you're not being served.
If not, you're gonna get chewed out. I saw one of my coworkers do that. This dude kept waving his hand. She was like, she snapped. She literally snapped. Did the I gotta set this down real quick. She did the snap and everything. She was like, I see you. I see you. I need you to stop. I'll get to you when I can. You need to be patient. I see you. Okay, I got other people in front of you. I will get to you as soon as I can. I have an order. Okay, stop waving your hand.
So
just like that.
So she treated him like a pigeon.
Bro.
She hit him with the pigeon claps.
Yes.
And his ass went, cool.
And he put his hand straight down. He just nodded his head.
Yeah, he said, cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
And she got to him eventually, but it was just funny. I was there washing dishes, and I was just like, ooh. Shit, nah, it's not
I ain't saying shit because she's gonna yell at me next.
And then she was ringing something up. I turned to her, like, you good? She's like, yeah. Just with a smile on her face. I'm like, all right. I know you wanted to do that. I'm happy you did that because it was bothering me because he kept waving his hand in front of me, and I was like, nope, washing dishes. Dishes. Don't. Nope. I ain't here.
Well, I feel like we covered everything that we had on this one. I mean, apologize, guys. This one's actually, it's not that much shorter. We're at 35 minutes.
35?
Normally we get to about 45. Oh. But I got to be honest. I got to go to work in a minute. Yeah, I got to go to work. Yeah. So we're going to cut this one a little short. Honestly, I really feel like maybe next week we might be able to switch the video, but honestly, we might need to give it an extra week. We'll see. Yeah. We'll see how we feel tomorrow. Let's talk about this tomorrow off the record and see how we both feel. I personally feel like we should, give it an extra week because I want to hype it that much more. Make it like that big of a thing. Hey, we got this new channel and everything. So, stay patient with us on that. I know you guys have been checking out both of our stories and the Instagram for the podcast itself. So that merch is coming. It is dropping really, really soon. We will take the store live on the same day that we drop the video. Yeah. Which is one of the main reasons why I wanted to give it a week. So we're really excited about that. Really excited to, be able to give you all just an added bit of something that you could, for sure, take with you that this podcast gives you. As we said before, we really have some really big goals for this and everything, and the merch and the video, and those things are going to take us to another level. And we're really happy to have you all along for the ride. So be ready. Like, save. How much are our shirts? 28. I think they're 28. Yeah. So save $30 for a shirt, because trust me, you're gonna want one of these. With the two that we've already unveiled, that's just the tip of the iceberg. We plan to have much more on the site by the time it goes live. So, we'll say 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah. I'm saying it on a microphone. It's out there. Shit. We'll say 2 weeks. We'll give ourselves a deadline, so we got to stick to it.
Oh, man. Not a deadline.
Yeah. Pressure bust pipes, man.
What?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Luster dust?
What you said? What'd you say?
Pressure bust pipes, man.
Oh, okay.
Pressure bust pipes.
I heard something else.
Bet you did. Senor Luster Dust.
All right. Take care, everybody. Appreciate you.
Hey, we love you all, Luster Dusters.
Don't forget to tip 20%.
Just give them more than the tip.